What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here bringing you some Series 9 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. This morning was a Victory Road circuit, and this was the team that I had built for it. So it does focus primarily around Halucha and Comfy, with Comfy being able to trigger Halucha's weakness policy with the Draining Kiss, and at that point, Halucha's going to outspeed pretty much every relevant sort of Pokemon you're going to see and can knock it out with some combination of its max moves. We also do have Glastrier, which can take advantage of the fact that Comfy can pivot and set up a Trick Room if I expect people to target into Halucha. There also is Swampert, which deals with a lot of big threats of this team, including Metagross and things like screen support, such as with Grimmsnarl. And finally, there is that Torkoal Venusaur core, which has been so common in Series 8. I think it does a really nice sort of job of rounding out this team and like giving it the speed control that it really needs to do well, and also Torkoal lets this team function really well under Trick Room, where you have that full Trick Room mode, you have the full hyper offensive mode, as well as like adaptive. So I like the fact that this team is sort of pretty versatile in what it can do, and hopefully we can really show that off in the games as we go on. As always, here's the rental code for people that want to try it out. And yeah, with that, let's just hop into the first game. All right, battle number 1, and it is a Colossal team. So it is Regieleki Moltres with Colossal Dragapult. There is the, what's it called, Amoonguss, and what I'm assuming is Rapid Strike Urshifu. So this is not pretty clearly, but I want to use this Halucha Comfy lead. I do also like Torkoal and Venusaur as well in the back. I think it does really do a good job handling how this team plays out. So I think this is a good core. Because this will let me easily take care of that Colossal before it can get set up, which I'm hoping my opponent lets me do, because that would be really cool to demonstrate just like how this Halucha is set up, where it can just easily finish off Colossal. So yeah, they're going to lead with Colossal Dragapult. Perfect. So I mean the fear is what they ally switch, but I feel like that's very unlikely. Also, shout out to Comfy the Recluse. I'm hunting a shiny Comfy the Kind-Hearted for whatever reason, and I stumbled upon that one, and I was like, I want to use that. So we're gonna make sure we click Max Quake into Colossal, and then we are going to Draining Kiss into Halucha. So that's gonna let us trigger the policy, and then we should be able to just straight up knock out that Colossal, because even after a steam engine boost, it will be slower. But that actually doesn't, in the end, that doesn't matter, which is one thing that I realized. I did calc with the idea of outspeeding it, but what I just need to outspeed the Dragapult, which I definitely will do. Oh, Cole is going to protect. Very smart. But it still shouldn't be an issue, because they can't knock out Halucha with Dragapult. So Max Quake should still do a sizable chunk into them. It'll trigger their weakness policy. Yeah, it does. It does that much through Protect. They are going to get their policy triggered, but at the same time, it isn't really a big deal, because I do still outspeed. And what, they're going to probably I'm guessing Will-O-Wisp with Dragapult. Yep, they're going to Will-O-Wisp, which I think is fine. I'm not super worried. So now the question, though, is, do I think they have Ally Switch? That's the question. I'm gonna, they can Ally Switch, because they have their policy triggered, so they honestly could just Ally Switch and then Rockfall. So I'm gonna play a little bit aggressive and predict they're gonna go for an Ally Switch. Yeah, that's a really risky lead. I also should have targeted into Dragapult with Comfy, because Ally Switch is lower priority than Triage Draining Kiss. So I'm actually going to hit into Colossal. But yeah, I mean, this is a really aggressive lead. They're not maxing Colossal. Okay, and they're still interesting. So they're still not maxing it. They're not What are they going for? Are they gonna? They might double up into Halucha. Dragon Darts is gonna do not that much. It's enough that I can. They might be trying to pick up the knockout. Okay, so they're gonna Heat Wave. Halucha is gonna survive, which is gonna let me heal it up with Comfy. Because now I'm gonna just go for Max Quick into Colossal and then Floral Healing back into Halucha to try and get it hopefully pretty sizably up in health. They are doing a really good job at maxing out, or not maxing out, of wasting my max. And I think the ally switch was a really aggressive read on my part, because if I had called it right and not gone for it, I would have done a sizable chunk to Dragapult and I would have gotten rid of their Colossal. And then okay, so now they're gonna max. And then here's the fear of, is this what I expected last turn? Of, are they going to go for an ally switch and then just Volcalith into my Halucha? I think that's what they're gonna do, right? That would make the most sense. Oh, they're gonna max guard. Interesting. Floral Healing into Halucha, which is going to bring. I don't think they have. What is it called? Ally switch. They're gonna Dragon Darts. I don't think I live after burn. That's gonna bring me down to 17. Yeah, so I do live, which is nice because I can close combat into the Colossal, expecting it to attack this turn. So I still think close combat goes here, and then let's just Draining Kiss into the Dragapult. But now if they reveal ally switch, that's really bad. And I think I've been so worried about something that I don't even know if they have. I think it really has put me in an awkward position. I am going to recover. God, if they do have ally switch and they reveal it now. No, they don't. So Halucha, not quite able, unfortunately, to take out Colossal, which is unfortunate, but Surf. Interesting. They go for Surf, which, it takes out their Colossal. I think bring out Torkoal. Because I can use Comfy to easily knock out their Dragapult. And I want to keep... They do have Moltres, but Moltres can't max. So that's tricky though. And we know that Colossal has weakness policy. So I still think, do I expect it to Nasty Plot? I'm going to go for Eruption, and I'm going to just Draining Kiss onto the Dragapult, because I want to deal as much damage to it as possible. Okay, cool. Even better. They're going to Protect, which is totally fine by me. That's going to let me get off the Draining Kiss onto Dragapult, and Dragapult's going to be gone, and now it's a 2v3 where I do have Venusaur, but it is still really scary because this Moltres does a significant chunk into my team. I think the fact that Torkoal being Assault Vest I think is helpful because it can sponge some of the hits, and here comes it is Urshifu. Rapid Strike. Burning Jealousy doesn't do much. Body Press into... Because here's the issue. I don't have a good way of dealing with Moltres now. Body Press into Urshifu. And Draining Kiss into Moltres? Or I could double up into Urshifu. No, because I don't want Moltres to Nasty Plot. Yeah, I think this should be fine because I can put Moltres to sleep with Venusaur when Torkoal goes down. Wow, that is no damage onto Moltres. They're going to Surging Strikes into Torkoal, very obvious. I don't actually know. Yeah, Torkoal doesn't live. Or it might. It might be very... Oh no, Torkoal is going to live. What am I talking about? Because yeah, this third one. So good to know. I could have made Torkoal like a little bit more defensively bulky. Oh God, did I go for Burning Jealousy? I wish I had gone for Burning Jealousy. Getting a burn onto Moltres would have been huge. But I do body press into the. Oh wow, that did not do nearly as much as I would have liked. I'm gonna go for. Wow, I can't believe it did that little. I'm gonna go for it again. Draining Kiss onto the Moltres. What is nice is I will be able to put. I mean, not put. I will hopefully be able to put it to sleep with Venusaur, which will be faster. Comfy is. I mean, Comfy is doing a lot of work. Oh, it does trigger Berserk, which is a little bit unfortunate because now that Moltres is at +3, Surging Strikes will. Surging Strikes will finish. Oh, it's in a Comfy. Interesting choice. That's really interesting that they're going for Surging Strikes into Comfy instead of Torkoal. So, I mean, I guess they don't view Torkoal as a threat, which honestly, like, kind of rightly so. Torkoal is going to go down. So now I can bring out. Okay, so they are Life Orb. I can bring out Venusaur. I think honestly doubling up into. They could protect Moltres. That's the fear. But like there's Sun, and Venusaur resists. I think doubling up into Moltres. Yeah, because I'll live a Surging Strike from Urshifu. And I think the protect is really obvious, but I don't. Oh, so they're gonna protect Urshifu. They're also gonna protect Moltres. Makes sense. Is this the last turn of Sun? I think there's one. There should be one turn left, right? I might just be making that up. That's the only reason. Okay, so there is another turn of Sun. I still think doubling up into Moltres is the right play. I am running a little bit low on Draining Kiss, which is a little bit scary, but not necessarily the end of the world. But I think a combination of Sludge Bomb. Okay, so they don't get the double protect, and then I think that that should seal the deal, because then I can just. Oh wow, Comfy. Oh, critical hit. I don't think that critical hit mattered in the end because there isn't much that this Urshifu is going to be able to do to Venusaur. And then even then, I do have Comfy, which could have finished it off. So yeah, they're going to Surging Strikes, but even so, Comfy is going to have priority. And then Venusaur outspeeds as well. Oh, look at Comfy just tanking these hits. God, what a beast. Comfy is definitely a Pokemon that I've definitely learned to love as time has gone on. But definitely one that has caused a lot of frustration in the meantime going against it, and for very good reason. So I don't see a reason not to go for Sludge Bomb just for 100% accuracy, and then Draining Kiss should finish off Urshifu, but yeah, always safe. Very cool. So nice battle there, I think. The core of this team worked really well. My opponent did stall out my Max very effectively, and I think going for Surf with Dragapult was the wrong play, and I also think me being so aggressive with my ally switch like predictions was really aggressive as well, but it was something that I felt like I couldn't afford to get wrong, and like the risk of them having it caused me to react in a certain way, which is why ally switch I think is an incredibly broken move, especially the fact that it has priority too. Like it can really pivot an entire match. But yeah, cool that the team was able to pull it through, and let's just keep rocking and rolling. All right, next battle, and it is a Mimikyu, Charizard, Lapras with Garchomp, Ferrothorn, and Klefki. So I actually really like Torkoal Venusaur here. Yeah, I don't. Lapras is scary, but I don't actually expect them to lead Lapras. So I think Hawlucha Comfy once again. Yeah, Hawlucha Comfy is really tempting. Torkoal Venusaur, I guess, again. Because they don't have Metagross. Glastrier. Yeah, I mean, Glastrier loses to Ferrothorn. So I think Torkoal Venusaur as well. Yeah, Hawlucha can one shot Charizard. So the fear is Venusaur. I mean not Venusaur, is Lapras. Lapras lead is what I'm most afraid of. But would you lead Lapras against Torkoal Venu? I feel like that's incredibly risky. My opponent is going to speak of the devil. They're going to lead Lapras against a potential Torkoal Venu. So, I think at this point, what makes the most sense is just to get as much damage onto. Is basically just try and eliminate as many of my opponent's Pokemon as possible. And I think, yeah, if I can max flare and get rid of their Ferrothorn, that's fine because I should live a resonance. And basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to say if this is Perish Song Lapras, like I'm going to make it so your Lapras is the last thing left. And yeah, I think the plan is just to get as much damage as possible with Hawlucha as quick as possible. And now also at this point we do have the Sun, which means that I can bring out something like Venusaur and put Lapras to sleep, which is huge. I do have Torkoal in the back, so that's an option. They're going to stay in with Lapras, which is very, very interesting to me. Because now, yeah, imagine if I had targeted into Lapras this last turn. Interesting. So, what? They're probably going to Perish Song? That's the only reason I could see them staying in. And yeah, I mean, that was through Protect, and that was half of Ferrothorn's health. So they're probably going to... Oh, they're going for a Blizzard. Interesting. Oh, and yikes, that did way more than I would have liked. I still think now what? Target... Well, I can Floral Healing into Hawlucha and then Max Rockfall the Lapras? Let's Max Rockfall the Lapras. That is a little bit tricky because now what I'm doing is I'm giving up... Oh, and they're still not maxing. Are they not Resonance? I mean, they could very well just not be Resonance. We do just pick up the knockout onto Lapras, which, I mean, I'm thankful for. It does give the Ferrothorn special defense boost, but that's not super relevant right now. But it does let it get a little bit... Okay. So my opponent's going to Stealth Rock. I used to play singles back in the day, and I haven't seen Stealth Rock on Ferrothorn in years. I mean, they could just, be pivoters? That's the only thing that makes sense. Ferrothorn, yeah, I can take it out pretty easily. I'm not actually super worried about it because of Torkoal in the back. And Ferrothorn just, as long as I don't let it set up, but even then, I do have Fire Punch still. It is, yeah, it's a little bit tricky that it has recovered so much HP, but, I mean, yeah. Garchomp makes sense. I can double up into it, Draining Kiss and Max Quake. I think between Draining Kiss and Max Quake, that should finish off Garchomp. And they're going to protect into Ferrothorn, which is fine. They're still not maxing with anything really. And so we get a significant chunk taken away with Comfey, and now I feel like, yeah, now Max Quake should finish it off, so that prevents any sort of shenanigans that Garchomp can go for. Yeah, Garchomp is easily going to go down. Hawlucha, just such an incredible Pokemon. I think the fact that Unburden doubles its speed, so I can outspeed just a ton of relevant things, including Landorus T under Tailwind, is great. I love what this Pokemon can do, and I think with Comfey, it's such a solid combination. And even, like I said, in best of 3, I had a match this morning where Hawlucha did a lot of work, and then I took advantage of the fact that people were going to target into Hawlucha to set up Trick Room the subsequent turn, and that really put me in a good position. So my max is over. They're going to bring out Charizard. I'm tempted, honestly, to Trick Room. Trick Rooming is not the worst idea for Torkoal. Because I feel like they're going to Wildfire into... No, I'm going to Floral Healing into Hawlucha and then just go for a Rock Slide. Because I think as long as Rock Slide connects, it should do a pretty sizable chunk to Charizard. And it is what's it called? The Gmax variant, so yeah, even Wildfire because of Torkoal, I'm not super worried about. Let's see. So, yep, Flora Healing is going to let me just like recover almost back to full, right? Or it should be at full. Yeah, back to full. And now Rock Slide connects. It does so close to the knockout on Charizard, which is unfortunate. They're going to Airstream into Hawlucha. Hawlucha is going to go down, but I think because there is still... So I don't actually want to bring out Venusaur. I want to bring out... I don't want to bring out Torkoal. I want to bring out Venusaur to keep the sand up, to guarantee that I can... This is a bit tricky because now Ferrothorn is setting up. Yeah, because I have to bring out Torkoal actually. I think I have to bring out Torkoal because I need to stop Ferrothorn from getting too many boosts. I'm gonna take a decent bit of chip from the Stealth Rock, but I think Draining Kiss or Floral Healing. I could Trick Room. I'm gonna Trick Room this turn and go for an Eruption, where even as long as Torkoal lives this turn, they're gonna Wildfire into Comfey. Comfey's gonna go down. And now what? They're going to go for Body Press into Torkoal. If Torkoal lives, Torkoal does. Eruption's not going to do that much, or it is. I did not expect it to do that much onto Ferrothorn at so low, and then tricky because they have a speed boost. They're only at +1, so Venusaur should be able to take care of Charizard, but their Charizard is, what is it called? The Blaze. So I think Sludge Bomb and then Burning Jealousy, I guess. Eruption. Yeah, because Sludge Bomb, yeah, there's no way Sludge Bomb doesn't finish it off. Cool, nice. So I think this core is really solid, and I think this team is really flexible in what it can do. It is a little bit unfortunate that we haven't really been able to show off Glastrier and Swampert, but like everyone really knows what Glastrier does at this point. I am interested to see though if my opponent, let's see their team, because I'm interested to see why they have Stealth Rock. So they have pretty fast Mimikyu, Shadow Sneak, Will-O-Wisp, played it rough, Sword Stance, okay. They have Wise Glasses on Charizard, interesting. And yep, they have Blaze, Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, Air Slash, and Solar Beam. Interesting combo. Weakness policy on the Lapras, and it is Gmax. Thunder, Blizzard, Protect, Surf. I think they should have Gmaxed Lapras and tried to take out Torkoal. I mean, not Torkoal, Hawlucha. Muscle Band on the Garchomp, which Outrage, Earthquake, Firefang, Ironhead. Leftovers. Do they? Yeah, they have max special defense. That's shocking that I was able to do so much with Eruption at so low. And yeah, they have Stealth Rock, but they don't have a really good way to support it. Foul Play, Metal Sound, Light Screen, Reflect. That's actually a pretty cool Klefki set. And it has Prankster, so that's actually really interesting. I don't have much experience with Klefki, but it is something I want to try out. And then, Yeah, back to Mimikyu. Cool. So oh, let's, sorry about that. Let's keep it going and play one more. All right, next game. And we have, oh, a pretty cool team. It is Salamence with Suicune, Raichu, what is it called? Volcarona, Tyranitar, and Celesteela. I do actually really like the Trick Room mode of this team with Comfey Swampert, Glastrier, Torkoal. I do like that a lot. Glastrier, Torkoal, I think, yeah, and maxing Glastrier. The issue though is that Suicune really has, like, I don't have a good answer to Suicune if I go with that, but I have a good answer to literally everything else. Yeah, I can't justify bringing Venusaur because it doesn't really do much into the rest of their team, but let's try it. I think Swampert is a really good option for this lead. The thing is, like, Tyranitar's so bulky as well that I think it'll really be a little bit tricky. I think if they lead Raichu is actually okay, because what I can do is protect Comfey and Earth Power with Swampert. Swampert being, yeah, immune to Raichu's attacks is really big. So okay, so Volcarona, Suicune, and what I'm guessing is they're going to go for a Rage Powder Tailwind. Comfey the Recluse. I love that. I love marks. I've recently just got into mark hunting. I don't think I'm going to do it super often, but definitely something that Comfey I think deserves a mark. So we're going to set up Trick Room and then Scald into Volcarona. Yeah, I think this makes the most sense. It lets me set up Trick Room. Like I said, the issue is not having a good answer to Suicune, but I want to say the Suicune is support, where it's got Snarl and stuff like that. Okay, so they're gonna Okay, so they are Quiver Dance with Volcarona, which okay, yeah, they are the Tailwind variant, so I don't really expect too much offensive pressure from this Suicune, and we do get a decent amount of chip onto Volcarona, and I think it's actually fine now if Volcarona picks up a KO. I actually really want it to, because that'll let me get a free switch into something. It'll let me get a free switch into Glastrier, and I think just continuing to go for just some sort of offensive chip. We did do actually a really sizable chunk with Scald after it had already set up a Quiver Dance, so I think this will be pretty close to a 3-hit KO. They are gonna protect, makes sense. But what is tricky is I do really need to switch out and bring out Glastrier. And that would have actually been the perfect turn to have done it. Because now, okay, so yeah, they're gonna Snarl. I think now I can switch it. It's so tricky. Because if I call it wrong, I'm potentially losing Glastrier. But I think I feel like they would have to target into Swampert. So I'm gonna make the risk, and I'm gonna switch out to Glastrier with Comfey, and then I'm going to go for just another Scald into Volcarona. I think just getting as much chip as possible is what's going to be the most beneficial in this situation, because we're going to, yep, they are going to max Volcarona. I would be shocked if they chose to target into, I mean, they could, because they did just go for Snarl. They did Snarl, and they did just, what is it called? Max. So it's not going to actually do too much. So it is, I think the argument could have been made to max the, to switch out the Swampert for Glastrier. So big moment. Max Quake, Max Flutterby into Swampert. That's great. Okay. I actually really, would have liked Swampert to have gone down. That's fine though. Special attack I don't care about. I think we can potentially get Glastrier to steamroll at this point by going for let's just try and get some damage at this point onto Suicune. I think set up a Max. Oh, that's actually unfortunate that Max Hailstorm doesn't do that much. Let's go for a Max Quake into Volcarona, and then I don't want to bring out Torkoal because I don't want to boost the damage. I could bring out Comfey again. Let's go for a Scald onto Suicune. I know that seems a little bit stupid, but I want to get a burn onto it because then I want to negate the leftovers recovery, and I think a short Swampert's at -2. It's not like it's going to be able to do that much damage, and I don't really want to switch it out. Oh, it's at -3 because of the Flutterby. So I want to basically get a burn to get rid of as much damage as possible and to keep my oh, that's really bad. I say that a lot, but this is okay. So they're gonna live. We do get the special defense boost. We're gonna get a Scald. Please get a burn. That actually did. Oh, it's probably definitely a crit. Yeah. Critical hit, no burn. They're gonna Scald into Glastrier. They're gonna burn me, but I do have a Lumberry, which I think is so important. And now Max Flare. Oh no. Into Glastrier. Please live. Glastrier is going to, yes. Okay, Glastrier lives, which means that I can, at this point, I think I should switch out. If I can bring out Comfey safely and have Glastrier live, which I think I should be able to. I think swap out Glastrier, or not Glastrier, swap out Swampert into Comfey. We can Knuckle the Vocal. No, I can't risk. I'm going to go for that, and then I'm going to bring out Comfey. And so then I can start Floral Healinging into Glastrier. There is only one turn of Trick Room left, which is potentially... Yeah, the Max Guard was really obvious, because now they're going... But I will be maxed, and they won't be. They're going to get a Scald off. Please don't get a burn again. Great. Yeah, so this is going to let me get off a Floral Healing. We are going to lose the Trick Room. Yeah, but their Volcarona is no longer maxed. So I think Floral Healing again. Max Quake into Volcarona. And then Floral Healing onto Glastrier, which should... I'm hoping this will let me live whatever attack Glastrier... I mean... whatever fire attack Volcarona has. Oh, they're going to switch, even smarter. And they're going to bring out very smart Celesteela. So they did a really good job at just stalling out my Max. Because at this point, I mean, they don't have the best damage output into Glastrier. They're kind of hoping for a burn. But what is nice, though, is what I should... Max Quake, yeah. So that's going to not affect Celesteela. They're going to be able to recover. I don't think... They should not have a good... Flat. I mean, I do have a... What is it called? The Steel Reduction Berry. So I'm going to protect Glastrier. And then I'm going to go for another Trick Room with Comfey. And then I would actually feel really good in that position, because then I do have good damage onto the Celesteela, and I do have what is it called? I do have Torkoal in the back. So let's see. I hope I live a Heavy Slam. I should. Yep, Comfey's a beast. Comfey is literally just arguably the greatest Pokemon in the game. So now what? I'm thinking Torkoal is actually Torkoal's in actually an okay spot. I'm going to Close Combat into Celesteela, and then how do I only have one Trick Room left? Go for a Floral Healing into Glastrier. And let's get Glastrier healthy. And then what? This will mean that I get a safe switch out into Torkoal, which a little bit tricky because of that Suicune, especially because I'm about to lower my defenses. And yikes, I should have actually targeted into Suicune with the close combat. Because now, they're gonna Leech Seed. They're gonna Leech Seed into Glastrier, and Suicune's gonna go for a Snarl. So what? They're going to protect. They're gonna protect with the Celesteela, and I'm gonna close combat into Suicune, and then pivot out into Torkoal, expecting the protect this turn, and then that will let me go for an Eruption. Yeah, I think it is a little rough that I have to lower my defenses so much, but I think, yeah, the Suicune is giving me a lot of issues, but I think being able to set up Drought to reduce its what is it called? It's Scald. And I think, that's not the best. They didn't go for, what is it called? Protect. They went for a Heavy Slam into Torkoal. And that's going to do not that much, which is pretty good. And they're going to Scald into Glastrier. Glastrier is at -2, and yeah, Glastrier takes literally nothing, and that was a crit. I do expect Celesteela to protect this turn. I expect, actually, Celesteela to protect, so that way Suicune can Snarl onto Torkoal. So I'm going to close combat Suicune. Body Press or Earth Power? What is higher? I'm going to go for Body Press onto Sweet. Let's see how much Body Press does. Yep, Celesteela is going to protect as expected. Torkoal, let's see how much Body Press does. Body Press is going to do an okay chunk. I think leaving in... No, Glastrier is so close to knocking out Suicune that it's so hard to justify switching it out. Because I think, they're still going for Scald. They're going for Scald into Torkoal. Torkoal takes that fairly well, to the point where, like, I am actually fairly confident that I can deal significant chunks of damage to this Celesteela with Eruption. It is moments like that. Yeah, I think Eruption plus close combat should finish off Suicune. And then Celesteela I'm not the most worried about, because what I can do then is if I live with Torkoal, I can fodder. Okay, so they're going to stay in. Let's see how much Eruption does. Eruption's going to do a sizable chunk to Celesteela, and then this close combat will finish off the Suicune. Nice. And now, I have... they still have something I haven't even seen in the back, right? I should pay more attention to these matches. I know they have Volcarona and something new. They're going to Heavy Slam into Glastrier, which is actually really good, because now I can bring out Comfey, and I can Floral Healing Torkoal for an Eruption. That's bad. Just kidding. The Twisted Dimensions have come back to normal. Oh god, I thought there was one more turn of Trick Room. I wish there was one more turn of Trick Room. That would have been really great. And they have Tyranitar. I think I have to heal up. I heal up Torkoal and then Body Press the Tyranitar. I could protect. I'm going to protect Comfey and Body Press the Tyranitar. Do I expect them to... Yeah, I don't think I can come back from this, actually. I think my opponent has just, like, way too much pressure. Let's see. They'd have to double up... Okay, interesting. So they're going to Curse. which means they might be slower. They might be slower than Torkoal. No, they're not going to be slower at one curse. Oh, and they're going to substitute. Interesting. They're going to substitute and get a berry to trigger, which is very well played on their part. So what? We are going to body press. I hope this picks up a knockout. It really did not come close. And we're going to trigger a weakness policy. Nice. We love to see it. So what I can do now is, I think Torkoal is my best bet against Celesteela. So I'm going to Draining Kiss into the Tyranitar and then swap out into Swampert with the hope that I can fodder Swampert for Torkoal. But the issue is if Tyranitar is going to live Draining Kiss. So, I mean, if they go for Curse again, that's my only hope, is they go for a second Curse. If they go for a second Curse, then I have a good shot. But, let's see, Celesteela is going to Heavy Slam into Comfey. Comfey's going to go down. But yeah, so if they curse this turn with Tyranitar, I have a chance. Because then Swampert can deal with Tyranitar. They're going to Rock Slide. Oh, do they? Oh, they miss Swampert. So that's actually really big. Because now Swampert will outspeed their Tyranitar. And Torkoal will get rid of the Weather, which will get rid of the special defense boost on Celesteela. And then I can... What? They have Heavy Slam, so they can't knock out both. So I think Eruption for sure. And then Earth Power does more, so we're going to Earth Power into Tyranitar. So we know it has Curse and Rock Slide. So that miss was actually really big. Tyranitar is going to go down. So I need what? I need Torkoal to... They're going to Leech Seed. They're going to Leech Seed, and they're going to miss. Which is actually also really relevant. I think my opponent definitely got a little screwed with luck this game, because like the miss means that they can't substall me. But at the same time, like their damage output into Torkoal is fairly low. And like Swampert also can do a decent amount because... Oh, they have Volcarona. How did I forget about that? I literally forgot they had Volcarona. Eruption Scald. Eruption Protect. I think Earth. I'm gonna protect. No, they're probably gonna target. They're definitely gonna target into Torkoal. Celesteela is gonna protect. Okay, nice. Swampert is going to go after Volcarona. They're gonna Fiery Dance, which is going to hit into Torkoal. Torkoal, that actually did a fair bit more than I would have liked. And then Scald into Volcarona, hopefully even in the sun. Yep, even in the sun we pick up the knockout. So, I mean, it is tricky. They do still have Celesteela, which can do some decent damage into... I mean, it can essentially try and sub-seed stall. But, Burning Jealousy, and then Scald. Because they have to Heavy Slam into Torkoal and hope I don't get a burn, which I do. I think they're gonna substitute. Wow. I think, yeah, I mean, that probably will cost them because this Burning Jealousy should break a sub. And then at this point with the burn damage and then Scald the following turn, that should finish off the Celesteela. So this was a close game. I think definitely the luck played a huge part in how it turned out, because it like really, by letting Swampert live, it was able to really put on a ton of pressure, and the fact that Celesteela missed Leech Seed really took away from it too, because Torkoal then was able to like survive, and Celesteela is so low. And if it had Leech Seed, like Torkel would have been significantly slower or lower, and they could have been in a spot where they could have actually fought back. But yeah, I'm glad we got to show off the other mode of this team and show it off really successfully. I think the fact that this team is flexible is really cool. It does definitely need some adjustments, so hoping to do that. But yeah, we'll play some more games with it tomorrow, and I'll see all of you then. Welcome to Series 9. I hope all of you are great until the next video.